What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. So I just finished watching the HBO special. It was called Road to Chavez-Vera Part 2. Um, Let me start off by saying HBO has some of the best original programming. From their actual shows like The Wire, True Blood, Boardwalk Empire, to their boxing specials and stuff like that. I mean, just the cinematography, the narration, they do a great job of balancing it all out, giving both fighters, like when they do the 24/7 screen time and telling a little bit about their story. I really like the balance that they have along with the visuals and the footage to kind of corroborate what they're saying. So this was no different. Just a great segment. My only complaint about the segment was it was only 15 minutes, so it was really short. And I was like, you know what I mean? If you get some popcorn and by the time you go to watch it, shit's over. So I just thought it was a little quick. I wish it was 30 minutes to really pump the fan up, but I guess it's just like a teaser to promote a fight that they're having coming up here soon in March. So as far as the build up, it was good. I like the way it was shot. And they kind of document Chavez Jr.'s weight issues in the first fight, which was bullshit. I think loyal boxing fans, not just a fan of certain fighters, can agree that boxing has no space or no room for fighters that cheat or fighters that aren't disciplined. I think if you're a true boxing fan, you should be anti those things. You shouldn't be okay with a fighter juicing. You shouldn't be okay with a person who can't conform to the rules or follow the rules or make the contracted weight. It's just really unprofessional. So I keep it across the board even. When Adrian Broner didn't make weight, I think it was in the Escobedo fight, and he didn't even attempt to make weight. I told you guys on my video that's some bullshit. It's disrespectful to your opponent, disrespectful to the sport of boxing and the fans. We want to see a good, clean fight, see who's the best. And when you have supreme weight advantages, it's not necessarily a good indication of your skill, because in the background you'll always have that. You'll have that kind of black cloud. A lot of people bring up the Floyd Mayweather and Marquez. I'll briefly touch on that. I think his situation, I don't agree with not making weight. Not making weight is not making weight. But I don't think he did it as flagrantly as Chavez Jr. and or Adrian Broner in their isolated instances. And he was almost 2 years removed from the sport, coming off a long layoff. So he didn't have to look as exceptional as he did against Marquez, who was a tough opponent for really anybody. But moving on to Chavez Jr. and Vera, I'm really looking forward to this rematch. They talk about the weight issues. He said that's not going to be the case this time. They're not going to have any issues making weight, which is good to hear. You could tell from the training videos, it looks like they're regulating his weight and he's on target. Before I did the video right before the Vera fight. They were showing pictures. His younger brother had a fight, I believe, in Mexico, and he hopped in the ring, and the motherfucker was huge. He says on the HBO special that he was weighing 205. They had a contracted weight of 168. He weighed in on the weigh-in night the day before at 173, I believe they said it was. And he proposed that the fight take place at 173 or whatnot so that he doesn't have to kill himself to make weight. Chavez Jr. kind of took the back door a little bit in the episode, kind of sold out, and he says he did more damage. That's why he feels he won the fight. One thing he did say that I like is that basically he says he owes it to the fans who believe there's doubt that he won because of the controversy. He says he owes it to the sport of the boxing, and Brian Vera deserves a rematch, which is the reason why this fight is taking place. So if you respect boxing as a sport, not just some of the select fighters in it, then you should respect that statement. I give props and tip my hat to Chavez Jr. for all of his faults and his flaws and the lack of preparation, weight. That's a good statement. I like that statement from him because it just goes to show you he comes from the cloth of a warrior, and that's a warrior statement. He's giving the fans a rematch because Brian Vera deserves it, and he wants to clear the air. He wants to make a statement, and he wants to basically rid the doubt that he is the better fighter. So props to Chavez for that. They also depict some of his personal life. He just had his first child, So congrats to Chavez Jr. and his wife, or excuse me, girlfriend, on that. And he says that's ultimately changed his life. It's an indescribable feeling. He said he can't describe what it feels like to have your first child. And he said it made him more focused and more disciplined, basically. And the person who's going to have to pay for that is Brian Vera in this rematch. So we'll see if what Chavez Jr. says holds any weight, if there's any truth to it. Based on what I've heard of people who are around the camp and whatnot, they say he's training, he's trying to get focused, he has a new trainer, he's gonna make weight and that kind of stuff. So looking forward to it. I want to see. Hopefully, he did mature from having a kid, because now you have another life to look after, not just your girlfriend. You got yourself, your girlfriend, and now a daughter. So hopefully that makes him wisen up and take this sport seriously, and kind of put that down some of the bad habits, smoking weed. I'm not saying it's bad, but if you're a professional athlete, I'm in California, so everybody smokes weed out here. But if you're a professional athlete and it's banned and it's not going to get you a paycheck, then it is bad in that sense. And you know that. Getting DUIs in the Andy Lee camp, et cetera, et cetera. They also showed some stuff with Brian Vera and his girlfriend, his Texas. I like Vera a lot. I mean, he's kind of that underdog. And I like how HBO, they started the documentary with a series of words and nouns. And it was like underdog, and then it had description of the word underdog and rematch and stuff. So I just like how they depicted that. Brian Vera, very likable guy. You get the sense that nothing's ever been given to him. He's had to work for everything that he's acquired or accrued or whatever. And they show him doing some cardio running. He feels he won. His trainer, Ronnie Shields, feels Vera won. And I'm just looking forward to this fight altogether. So let me know what you guys think if you've seen the episode. Who are you rooting for? Who are you betting your money on? Chavez Jr. versus Brian Vera. Will Brian Vera be victorious even though he wasn't technically on the scorecards in the first fight? I do know that the judges' scoring was bullshit. Even if you had it a draw, I'd be okay with that, because one person did inflict more damage, and that was Chavez Jr. His punches looked more apparent. But then again, what do you expect? You don't judge a fight like that. What do you expect if a man is bigger and you had to do all these weight adjustments, and he's coming in 175 plus pounds or whatever? You know what I mean? The schedule weight was 173, what it was finally changed to. And who knows what he rehydrated to, because he didn't hit a scale. So he probably weighed 187, 189, 190. Who knows? You know what I mean? So, of course, his punches might look more devastating or impactful. But he was trying to play this counterpuncher. He said he was looking for the knockout, but I just didn't see it. It looked like he was trying to do his best Juan Manuel Marquez rendition, because he was trying to play the counterpuncher and counter everything. And I don't know. I just wasn't a good fit. He should have really picked up the pace earlier instead of letting Vera gain confidence. So this will be the end-all be-all fight. Something tells me that Chavez is going to stop Brian Vera, especially if he's coming in focused and training hard. I just think he has a solid chin. He has his pop's chin. And anyway, I'll save my full details for my actual prediction video. Let me know what you guys think of the episode if you've seen it. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video's Ego, signing off.